guys, it's Beaute. Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a tutorial using ColourPop products, specifically a couple of their eyeshadows, one of their lippy pencils, and one of the highlights. I don't own a ton of products from ColourPop, but I kind of just wanted to film something using some of them, talking about just my thoughts on them. I do like them. I just thought this color theme kind of fits for the season, I guess. I don't want to be like super cliche and just film like holiday looks like for the next 3 weeks, but it kind of is appropriate for that, I think. If you guys will want to see how I did this, just keep watching. So to start off, I'm going to be taking Smokin Whistles, which is a highlight, and this is an intensely bright highlight. I'll swatch it on my finger here. It is almost white. It's like a pale gold champagne color. Love this for the cheekbones. So you can actually go and apply this with your finger. I'm actually going to be dotting this onto the brow bone using my finger to highlight that area. And if you haven't used these before, they have like a gel powder consistency, so they're very creamy. They do apply nicely with the fingers. You can use a brush as well. I just think they're so much easier with the fingers, at least for initial application. That, or you want like a kind of like dense brush to kind of get the color on. I'm going to pat this onto my cheekbones as well. And you can totally use a brush to put this on the cheekbone. I'm gonna go ahead and pat this on. And then I'm going to take my Bdellium 965 to take just a little bit more and kind of blend that in and buff that in. I like this brush. It's a duo fiber. I find this works nicely with this consistency of product. Your typical powder brush that you use with like regular blush may not work the best with this formula. So you just want to find something that will blend nicely. So as you can see, I'm nice and glowy now. And then the next color I'm going to be taking is called Sequin. Sequin is an intensely shimmery, metallic copper color, kind of rose gold. Here it is on my finger here, if that helps. So you can kind of see that. And what I'm going to be doing is taking this onto the lid. Again, using my finger to do this, and then I will be blending out with a brush as well. Taking a lot of this, packing it onto the lid, kind of bringing it up to the brow bone as well. I know it looks crazy because I put a lot on, and I know it looks messy and all that, but I am gonna go back and fix it. I usually like to have a synthetic brush to blend. This is not 100% clean right now. This is the Bdellium Tools 785 brush. I just talked about these brushes in a video that I filmed about Bdellium. I'm gonna take a little more of the Smokin Whistles onto this brush. Because this is a completely synthetic brush, this still will work nicely with the consistency of these shadows since they are, you know, kind of that cream gel feeling. So I'm going to buff this back and forth. Basically, I just want to blend that sequin color into the Smokin Whistles color. And then I'm going to go ahead and take a totally clean brush. I'm going to take this one by It Cosmetics. It's just a fluffy blending brush. Basically, just want to buff the product from the outside in. So I will start by tightlining the eyes. So tightline the upper part and taking a little to the lower lash line. Going to take a Bdellium 758 just to basically buff the liner in on the bottom. went a little bit overboard, as you can see. What I will do to fix that is I will take a clean blending brush. This is a Real Techniques shadow brush, and kind of just sweep this up. And additionally, since I was going to take Sequin onto the lower lash line anyway, I'm gonna do that right now using this Real Techniques brush. It's a little easier to use the brush than it is to use your finger when you're going into the lower lash line. The last color that I'm going to use is called Fantasy, also by ColourPop. I will swatch this one. This is like an intensely bright, I guess, magenta purple color. That's it, swatched on my finger. Very, very bright, as you can see. I'm gonna be taking some of this, kind of just packing on to the center of the lid. I'm gonna go ahead and blend this in using this Real Techniques brush. Basically, I wanna buff the Fantasy color into the Sequin color, so it won't look really like super intensely purple. It'll kind of soften it out a little bit. And as you can see, these do blend pretty well with the synthetic brush. You know, they're a little bit trickier to work with than kind of your typical consistency shadows, but if you get used to kind of just working with them and blending them, it's fine. I'm also gonna take this and kind of just, with no additional product, just kind of buff underneath the eye there. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some liner. I'm using Stila's Stay All Day liquid liner. And then I'm going to sort of be creating a small wing here as well. I have mentioned before that I like to set my liner, so I'm taking the black from the Lorac Pro Palette and a Bdellium 762 angled liner. I'm going to go ahead and curl my lashes, apply mascara, and put lashes on. And I'm gonna be using my Blinking Beaute #1 lashes. All right, so I popped these lashes on, and the one thing you could do at this point is to clean up the lower lash line just a little bit. And I'm gonna be taking a Bdellium 716, which is this little tapered pencil brush, and kind of just cleaning up this lower lash line. And then I'm gonna take just a smidgen more of the Fantasy color on this brush, just a tiny bit. Then I'm taking this Real Techniques brush one more time. And there we go. We are done with the eyes. And I'm going to do my lips. I'm gonna be going in with LBB by ColourPop, which is like so. And I don't have the matching lippy stick, I just have the pencil. So I went back and sharpened this pencil, and then I just went back and did a couple more layers over my lips. I think it would be easier to get full color payoff using the pencil and the lippy stick rather than just the pencil. I just happen to only have the pencil. Going to put on some blush. I don't have any ColourPop blush to use. So I'm gonna go in with MAC's Breath of Plum. So that is the completed look. I wanted to use as many ColourPop products as possible. I don't own a ton of products from them. So my thoughts on ColourPop as a brand, I like them. I'm not like obsessed with ColourPop. I know it's kind of like a really trendy, I know they're like super trendy right now and everyone's talking about them, and I do think their products are good. Some of them are hit and miss. Some of like the lippy pencils are more saturated with color than others are. I know like they're not super long wearing, like at least on the lips. I find that, you know, they might wear for a few hours, but they're not like an all day wear or anything. They're definitely not like transfer proof or anything like that. I do like them, but honestly for the price point, at least for the lip products, like the lip pencils are $5. The NYX lip pencils are like $3.50, and I like the NYX ones more, but the NYX ones are a different formula. They're like more dry pencil, and the ColourPop ones have like that creamy kind of gel consistency to them, which is pretty much across a lot of their products how they feel. And I do like the shadows. If you're expecting like your typical shadow, you might be disappointed or you might not like them. They don't really function the way that like a typical powder does or that a typical cream does, in that you kind of need to use your fingers to apply, but then it also does work to blend with the brush. You kind of just have to figure out what works for you. I'm probably not gonna go out and buy a bunch more because the consistency of the shadows, being that they're not a powder, they won't last as long, they will dry out. I've heard a lot of people talk about, you know, basically the shelf life for these is 1 year. Whereas your typical powder shadow is, you know, you can keep it for years and years, really, as long as you don't have like any water or bacteria, because bacteria grows with moisture. So if your powder shadows get wet, then, you know, they'll expire. But if they don't, then they'll last, you know, forever. So that's my only, I guess, gripe with ColourPop. The other thing is that the packaging is not my favorite. You've got this like super big package literally, and you don't have that much product in it, so I kind of think the packaging is a little bit bulky and a little bit silly maybe. But as far as individual shadows go, for the price point for $5, you know, it can't really hurt to pick up a few and see how you like them. I really do like the highlighter as well. Again, you just have to be aware of the fact that the consistency is different, and you'll have to kind of work to blend them into your skin just a little bit differently, but I do enjoy them. If you guys have any colors from them that you insanely love or recommend, let me know in the comments. You know, I'm certainly willing to check out some more of their products. I have strayed away from their Ultra Matte Lips because I've just heard bad things. Not like from everyone, but I just heard such mixed reviews, and I'm so picky about liquid lipsticks. I'm so picky. You know, there's a lot of formulas that I don't like, so I get the feeling I'm not gonna like the Ultra Matte Lips. But you know, again, I'm willing and open to try a couple, which maybe I'll eventually do, but I have so many liquid lipsticks that I like that I will never use up, that it's probably kind of silly for me to run out and buy some that I may or may not use. Yeah, that's just kind of my quick thoughts on ColourPop and the tutorial for today. Thanks so much for watching. Like this video, give it a thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you guys in my next video.